Most of us already possess the skills in telling business-relevant stories. The question is, in that business conversation, are you willing to tell a story to help you achieve your purpose? First of all, business stories are typically short and precise. Let's face it, we're here to talk about business outcome results. There's no time to talk about all these irrelevant details. So business stories usually precise, short, to the point. One thing to remember is the less background you give to the audience, the easier it is to follow, because sometimes a lot of the backgrounds are actually unnecessary. You can trim that out. You want to focus on what is my point and what are the events that lead to that point. There got to be something that happened in that incident that you want to draw that out. Typically, business relevant stories are between 1 minute to 2 minutes, and it depends on the context or situation, obviously. And if people are interested, they will ask more detail about your story and make it even more interesting. Secondly, a business relevant story does not need to happen at the workplace. It can be from home, your social network, childhood, traveling. As long as there's a learning point that we can draw parallels to the things that we do in the professional world, that's relevant. For example, communication skills, leadership skills, self-belief, these are all common things that can happen in daily life, yet there will be a business relevant to it. When you're sharing advice to a new colleague who is working in your company, you may quote work-related experiences, stories that you had in the past, of this current job, or it can be something that happened in the past, it can be from another job. And depending on the person and appropriateness, it may be more helpful to quote stories outside of the work context, and still you can draw that point and parallel across as long as it is being understood. Sometimes it may echo with an audience better if you talk about leisure, food, or hobbies. Business relevant stories can be told in an informal context. We don't need to raise the glass, ding, 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 and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to tell you a business relevant story." No need. And also in the middle of the meeting, you wouldn't go, "Stop, boss, let me make my point by telling you this story. Once upon a time, there is this fairy tale." We are after business relevant stories. It's probably in the middle of a presentation. After you have presented some data, explained some points, maybe you want to insert a story. One natural way to do it is, I remember that time, then you tell the story. For example, then you tell the story. Let me share this, then you tell the story. The story should be part of your presentation, but not your full presentation. It can also be at the opening or closing to create curiosity or reinforce a point. The main point is the business relevant story should be part of your presentation that help you bring out a certain point so that it is easier for the audience to remember. And that's it. You may be telling business relevant stories on a daily basis without knowing it. Typically, it's those casual conversations where a picture just came to your mind and then you tell us what happened in that incident. You recall an incident and then share with people around you. That's how humans transfer knowledge. To tell a business relevant story, we just need to be aware, employ some simple structures, apply some techniques, and then your interesting story can sure help you to echo with your audience.